as you can see from the title, I'm going to be doing story time. And I did a poll on Instagram about what story time I should be doing. If it's my pregnancy or how I met my boyfriend. But since how I met my boyfriend is literally like a really short story, I just decided to combine it into one video. And I feel like it'll make more sense like that. So let's get started. So I'm gonna start from the way beginning. I lived in Mexico for like about a year and a half, and in July 8th, 2016, I moved out here to Sacramento, specifically West Sacramento, and I only lived there for like 2.5 months. So around September, my mom decided to move to Elk Grove. And around that time, that's when I started high school here. I remember I had my schedule and I walked into my first class. And I was just sitting there before the bell even rang because I was new and I didn't know what to do. So I walked in early, introduced myself to the teacher, chose a spot where to sit, and then next thing you know, the bell rings, everybody's coming in, and I see this cute ass guy walk in. It was my boyfriend. Well, I had already decided in my head, I was like, damn, that's my boyfriend. So then I didn't talk to him because he was upperclassman and I was barely a freshman. So time went on, and I think around third term or so, well, I would always see him around school, and then around third term, I had like already made friends and stuff, and I would always see him around, and I would tell my friend like, oh look, there's that cute guy that I saw. And one day we walked into the cafeteria and him and his friends were sitting behind us. Well, they were already there and we had walked into the table ahead of them. So my friend knew one of the guys. I don't know how she knew him, but she knew him. So as they were getting up to leave, they were like already almost to the door of the cafeteria. And my friend talks to one of his friends, and she was like, my friend thinks your friend is cute. And then his friend was like, which friend? And then she points out to my boyfriend. So then I can hear him call out his friend. He's like, hey, bitch ass nigga, come over here. So then I started laughing. But I got nervous because I told her not to tell him in the first place. So I was shy and nervous, so what my dumbass did, I got up and ran to the fucking girls' bathroom. I was such a pussy. So then I guess my boyfriend had told my friend to follow him on Instagram or whatever. So then she came out and we found each other again, and she told me what he had said. And the bell had rang and we were getting ready to walk to class, and next thing you know, he was right behind me, and I was like, no! It was so funny because I was just laughing because I was hella nervous. Like, I didn't know what to say to him. So then he was like, oh, so your friend said you think I'm cute, huh? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you want my number? And I was like, sure. So then I gave him my phone, and he put his phone number in my phone. And then we started talking for about a week, and then next thing you know, we were standing in front of the big gym, that's where you stand like when the bell rings for PE. So we were just standing there, and he was like, we were just talking, and this girl that was in my class, she was like, hey, that's your boyfriend? And I was like, oh my god, bro. So then we just looked at each other. He's like, you want me to be? And I was like, yeah. And then he just asked me out. And then yeah, we've been together ever since. Okay, now moving on to my pregnancy story. So it was around February, March of 2017, and me and my boyfriend were like, I don't know, we had been fighting a lot, and like we would say that it's over, but we would still talk to each other, and then we would get happy, and then we would fight again. And then I think around April I started feeling like pregnancy symptoms. Like I would feel like really tired. I had to use the restroom a lot. So then I was like, you know what, let me just take a test. I doubt it's gonna be positive, you know, because you never think it's gonna happen to you. So then I went to Walmart and I took the pregnancy test in the bathroom, still at Walmart. And I closed my eyes and I was just like waiting for it to turn negative. And as I was walking out into the car, I looked at it and I just sat there. I froze. And I was just staring at it and I started crying. And I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm 16. I still have my whole life ahead of me. And it was hard because that's all my mom would say. You know, Mexican moms would say, si me sales con tu domingo 7 vas a ver. I was scared because I had let her down. All her hard work for nothing. But anyways, I had proceeded to my boyfriend's house. No, let me rephrase that. When I was sitting down in the car just looking at the positive test, I called my boyfriend crying and I told him we need to talk. So I went over to his house and I came in and I showed him the test and I told him we're having a baby. And I just started crying. And I just left to the car again and I started crying. I was just sitting there. And he was on his way to an interview, so I couldn't really take much time from him. But he went into the car and he talked to me. He's like, everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this. You're gonna be a great mom. I'm gonna be a great dad. We're gonna be a big happy family. Everything's gonna be fine. So then that happened, and like a couple weeks passed by and I didn't tell my mom anything. Nobody knew but me and him. We went to Gilroy actually to visit my cousin, and I went to go dye my hair. So at that time I had some prenatal vitamins that I had bought at Walmart in my backpack. So when we came back, me and my boyfriend were like arguing in Gilroy. So my mom was like, you know what, like we're just gonna stay here, this and that. And I was mad because she didn't know that I was pregnant, and I was like, oh no, like I can't keep my baby away from his father, you know. So I was mad. I was just arguing with her. And then we came back to Elk Grove, and I went over to my boyfriend's house and I stayed there for like a whole week. And my mom called me one day and she had found the prenatal vitamins and she's like, you're pregnant? And I didn't say anything. She was like, you're pregnant, huh? And then I just started crying. And I was like, sorry. It was so hard to tell her. Like, I was scared at the same time too. I was like, how am I gonna say yes? Like, but it was too late. She had already found out. So I guess she called my boyfriend's dad and she told him that I was pregnant. And then I still continued to stay here, but there was a point in time where I had to go home, and when I got home, my mom just told me a lot of things, like a baby is a blessing, but it's gonna be harder to achieve your dreams and everything. And it was just hard on me because she had to work so hard, and she wasn't mad, she was just disappointed. And she just told me, well, you're keeping it, and I can't do anything about it now. The baby's already formed. There's nothing we can do. The only thing I can do is support you now. So she took me to my first ultrasound, and I'll insert a video right here so you guys can see.
Sorry.
They're so tiny.
They are tiny. They are just little things. Hi, baby. Try to zoom in a little bit. It gets a little fuzzy when we zoom in, but pretty amazing. All right, so I'm gonna listen for heartbeat. It's your baby. Oh, somebody has missed this. Okay.
So then, we hadn't told his parents yet, but out of nowhere, I was over there one time. I was at his house one time, and his parents were like, oh, have you gone to the doctor already? And I just looked at him like, mind you, I didn't know that my mom had called his dad, and I didn't know that they knew already. So I had told them that I had, and I already had an ultrasound and everything, and they were happy. They were very supportive of the situation, especially because my boyfriend is their oldest, and he's from the family. He's the first grandson, so his family was very happy about it. And my pregnancy went on, and yeah, that's pretty much all of it. But I get so emotional talking about it because I feel like I let my mom down, but my baby is the best thing that has happened to me, even though it wasn't planned, and I'm still young. I still have plans to graduate from high school, go on to college, and be a great mom. So, and pursue my dreams, of course. As many of you guys know, those who follow me at Instagram and those who have seen my gender reveal know I had a boy, a son. And I wanted to show you guys him, but he's currently sleeping. So I'm just gonna insert a video right here.
With me too. You were like clean the house or whatever, and then you would call me out and be like, "What do you want me to take out from the freezer so you can make us to eat?" Like you know, your meat. I'm never gonna forget that. When you were living with me.
Sorry about getting emotional and everything, but thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.